All right, chapter 7 is called The Potion Solution. If you remember in the last chapter, Ivy was kind of sad about getting into trouble with Ms. Aruba Tate, and then they thought about expelling the ghost or getting rid of the ghost. So maybe this chapter will tell us how they're going to do that. "This is going to be great," said Bean happily. She just loved potions. The two girls were in Ivy's magic lab. The magic lab was one of the 5 little rooms that Ivy had made inside her bedroom. Chalk lines on the floor showed where one room ended and another began. There was an art studio, a living room, a doll room, a sleeping area, and the lab. There's a picture of her lab. Bean's favorite was the art studio, with its little white table and a stack of bins filled with markers, glitter glue, pipe cleaners, beads, colored paper, feathers, and paint. The magic lab was Ivy's favorite. In it was a bookshelf that held a shiny black rock, 4 fossils, a real snakeskin, lots of bottles in all shapes and sizes, and jars of herbs and ingredients. Ivy loved to say ingredients. There was another table which Ivy had covered with tinfoil. On top was a plastic tub of water. Ivy had wanted a sink, but her mother said no way. So Ivy filled the plastic tub in the bathroom and carried it back to her lab. It spilled a lot. Ivy took her magic book from its special hiding place and began flipping through the pages. "There's got to be a potion in here somewhere," she said, frowning. Then she giggled. "Here's one for making someone fall in love with you." Bean made a throwing up sound. "Here's one for getting your money back after it's stolen." "That's not it," said Bean, sticking her hand in the tub of water. Some water spilled onto the floor. "I know," said Ivy, still flipping pages, "but I don't see. Here's another one for making someone fall in love with you. That's dumb. How come there's nothing for returning a ghost to its grave?" "There should be," said Bean. "Most people don't want ghosts hanging around their house." Ivy looked up from her book. "I wouldn't mind." What if it creaked open your closet door in the middle of the night?" asked Bean, "and you could hear it breathing?" Ivy thought. "I'd talk to it. My grandmother's cousin lived in a house with a ghost that whistled. My grandma said that when she was a girl, she always heard a ghost whistling upstairs when she went to play at her cousin's." "I'd freak. Was she scared?" asked Bean. "Grandma says the only thing she's scared of is chickens, but I think she's joking. I wish I had been there," said Ivy. "I would have asked it why it was haunting the house." Bean stared at her hand in the tub of water. It looked ghostly. "I bet ghosts are scared of themselves. It must be weird to look down and see through yourself." Ivy looked at her. Maybe Grandma's ghost whistled because it was trying to cheer itself up. She went back to looking at her book, and the magic lab was quiet for a minute or two. "Hey," she said suddenly, "here's something that could work. It's a potion that you pour in front of your house to keep evil spirits away." So there's a picture of her magic potion book. Bean was feeling sorry for the ghost now. "It's not an evil spirit," she argued. "It just wants the school to get off its grave. The ghost was there first. First come, first served." "Yeah, you're right," Ivy agreed. "But the ghost has got to go, Ms. Aruba Tate said. And besides, we'll be doing a good deed for the ghost, in a way. Don't you think it would rather be in its grave?" Bean thought. "I guess so. That bathroom is nasty." "Right, so here's what we'll do." Ivy leaned over the tinfoil. "We'll make a ceremony. We'll tell it that we know it's not evil. We'll tell it that we just want it to rest peacefully. We'll tell it that we come as friends," Bean said, bouncing in her chair. "We could chant," said Ivy. "We come as friends," she chanted. "We come in peace," chanted Bean. "A dance might be good too," she added. "Once it goes back into its grave, we'll pour the potion around the edges of the bathroom so it can't come back," Ivy said. "Sounds good," said Bean. She thought for a minute. "Hey, I have an idea. You know the Egyptians?" Ivy nodded. "Yeah. They used to put presents in the grave with the dead person. Stuff to play with and money. We should do that. Presents would make the ceremony even better." Presents, Ivy repeated. That's a good idea. It'll be like an ancient burial. Suddenly she stood up. But first, we need to make the potion. That looks like their ideas of what to put to get the ghost to go away. And that was the end of that chapter. The next chapter is called Sneaky Bean.